the part 2 of lesson number 11, that is reflection of light. First, we will quickly go through the points we have covered in previous lecture. The first point, it was about light, what is light. Then we have studied what is reflection, what are the mirrors. Mirrors are the reflecting surface. Then we have seen the types of mirrors. There are two types of mirrors, that is plane mirror and spherical mirror. Then we have seen how mirrors are formed. Mirrors are the glass which is coated from back of that glass with aluminum or silver coating, and for protecting aluminum or silver coating we can coat with the lead oxide. Now in the next part we have studied how image of point source is formed. Then we saw that how extended source, image of extended source has been formed. Then we have seen the calculations about number of images and the angle between the two plane mirrors. We have taken uh, angle 120, 90, 60, and we have calculated those angles and number of images. Then we have seen how minimum height of the mirror can be calculated to see the full image of the person standing in front of the mirror. Now today we are going to see spherical mirrors, how spherical mirrors are formed. What do you mean by concave mirror? What do you mean by convex mirror? Which are the terms related to spherical mirror? Then we will see rules used to draw a ray diagram to see the image. Then we will see the images formed by concave mirror. Then we will see the images formed by convex mirror. Then we will see what do you mean by divergence and what do you mean by convergence. Then we will find out if mirror is concave or convex, which are the parameters for identifying whether the mirror is concave or convex. And lastly, we will see which are the uses of convex mirror. So previously we have seen that mirror is a plane, mirror is a surface which is the reflecting surface, and there are two types of mirrors. First is spherical mirror and another is plane mirror. We have seen that the plane mirror is made up from plain glass coated by aluminum or silver coating and protective layer of lead oxide. Spherical mirrors are formed by spherical glass, and there are two types of spherical mirror. First is convex mirror and second is concave mirror. So students, what is the difference between the both the pictures? It has been shown that this is the glass, and these are also a material which is made up of from glass. The basic difference between the both two glasses is first is from plain glass and another is made up from the spherical glass. So we will see quite, if we take a plain glass, the plain glass, it will be a plain mirror, and if we take a sphere of that glass, we will take a curved part of that glass, that is glass sphere. We will see the convex part, that is the part which is from outside, and the concave part that is from inside. So both the glasses, the convex part and concave parts, depends on whether we will coat from inside or outside. So now quickly, glass, from glass we will form a plain glass and the sphere of that glass. From plain glass we will made it as a plain mirror, and from spherical glass we can make a concave mirror or the convex mirror, and we can make concave lens also and convex lens also. Now, how does these curved mirrors are formed? If we cut a rubber ball into two parts, each of the two parts has two types of surfaces. So first is inner surface, which is from inner side, which is in the inner part, and another is outer surface of that ball. So like that, in glass also, generally spherical mirrors are the part of the hollow glass sphere, and the inner or the outer surface of this part is coated with a shiny substance to produce a spherical mirror. Now, the reflection of light takes place either from its outer surface or the inner surface. Okay, if the mirror, the inner surface of the spherical mirror is the reflecting surface, then it is called as a concave mirror. So we have taken a glass which is coated from outer side. So the reflecting part will be inner side. Therefore, it is called as a concave mirror. Now, if we coat from inner side with aluminum or silver coating and lead oxide, the reflecting part will be the outer surface. So it is called as a convex mirror. If the outer surface of the spherical mirror is the reflecting surface, then it is called as a convex mirror. Now we will see the different terms related to spherical mirror. This is the glass sphere, and the center of this glass sphere is called as a capital C, that is center of curvature. Now if we take part of that glass sphere and coat it with aluminum or silver coating and lead oxide, the central point of that uh, convex or concave surface will be called as a pole of the mirror. Now the distance between center of curvature and the pole will be called as a radius of curvature, and the central point or the midpoint will be called as a capital F. It is called as a principal focus. Distance between the principal focus and pole will be called as a focal length, denoted by small f. The imaginary line which is passing through pole and center of curvature will be called as a principal axis. It is called as a principal axis. Now, definitions are there. Center of curvature, the center of sphere of which the mirror is a part, is called as a center of curvature of mirror. The radius of curvature, the radius of sphere of which mirror is a part, is called as a radius of curvature of mirror. Third definition is principal axis, the straight line or the imaginary straight line passing through the pole and the center of curvature of mirror is called as a principal axis. Next, principal focus. It is the point on the principal axis where incident ray meet after reflection from the mirror is called as a principal focus of mirror. Focal length, it is the distance small f between the pole and the principal focus of mirror is called as a focal length. And the last one is pole. The center of mirror surface is called as a pole. Now, how do we determine the direction that an incident ray will take after reflection from the spherical mirror? So, which direction will take the incident ray after reflection? It will be decided. So, Mn is the spherical mirror shown in the picture. It is coated with aluminum or silver coating. Central point is P. Center of curvature is shown here. Now, ray AQ is an incident ray. Ray AQ, which is falling on the mirror, is incident ray. The CQ is the radius. The CQ is radius, center of curvature, and the point at the mirror will be the radius of curvature. Now, according to the law of reflection, the angle of incidence that is AQC, and the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are of the same measure. So angle CQB will be same. So thus, while drawing the reflected ray QB, angle CQB, that angle, and angle AQC is equal. So in that way, we will determine the whether that ray where will it will go. To study the images produced by spherical mirror, we can draw a ray diagram, and the depiction of the path which is taken by the light ray is called as a ray diagram. That is the definition of ray diagram. So to draw the ray diagram, we have three rules which are based on laws of reflection of light. So the first rule, if an incident ray parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray passes through principal focus. Now here, that is the concave mirror. Central point of this mirror surface is pole. That is the principal axis. This is the center of curvature, and this is the focus. Now, this rule, first rule is telling that incident ray, which is in blue color, if it is parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through focus. Now in second rule, if an incident ray pass through the principal focus of the mirror, the reflected ray parallel to the principal axis. Now again, in this picture, concave mirror is shown, pole is there, midpoint of mirror surface, that is the principal axis, center of curvature, and the focus. Incident ray is shown by blue line. It is passing through focus, and when after reflection, the reflected ray is becoming parallel to the principal axis. Now this is the second rule, which is exactly opposite to the first rule. Now in the third rule, it is said that if an incident ray passes through the center of curvature of the mirror, the reflected ray traces the same path. Now in this picture, again, that is the concave mirror. In this concave mirror, pole is here, focus is shown here, and the center of curvature is here. Now the rule says that if incident ray is passing through center of curvature, then the reflected ray will go back with the same path. It will not change their path. It will traces the same path back. In this way, these are the three rules. Now we will use those three rules in coming conditions. Images formed by concave mirror. Material is there. You can use that candle or glass lamp, 2 cardboard boxes, large cardboard sheet, white paper, concave mirror, meter ruler, and the wooden block. The procedure, we will put the object position. The object positions are different. For different object position, we will count or see the nature of image position. Then we will see what is the nature of image, size of the image. Then we will see nature of image, whether it is magnified image, whether it is diminished image, which type of image is formed. Now first we will see the positions of different terms which are studied in previous slide. First is pole, shown here. Then second is focus, principal focus, and third is center of curvature. Now the first condition is that if the object is at a very large or the infinite distance, what will be the image? You can see the image is at focus. You can see the image, that is point image, diminished image. Now in the second condition, if object position is beyond the center of curvature, then the image is between focus and center of curvature. You can see the image which is formed between focus and center of curvature. Object position is beyond the center of curvature. Then image is forming between center of curvature and the principal focus. You can see the image. Now in the third condition, if the object is at the center of curvature, then the image will be at the same position. That is, image will be also at the center of curvature. In the next condition, if object is between focus and center of curvature, then the object is between focus and center of curvature, then the image is going beyond the center of curvature. Now it is exactly opposite to the previous conditions. If object is at focus, then the image will be at infinity. And the last condition is object between pole and the focus. There is no image formation done on the screen. You can see that image inside the mirror, and inside the mirror is called, the image is called as a virtual image. The virtual image can be seen inside the mirror but cannot be obtained on the screen. Now in the chart you can see in detail, you can see we have seen the sixth position first at a very large distance. If object is at infinite distance, we got the image at the focus. And in the second condition, exactly opposite condition is there. If object is at focus, we got the image at infinity. The nature of image is same, real and inverted. The real image is the image which can be taken on the screen, and the virtual image which is obtained in object position between pole and the focus, that cannot be obtained on the screen. Now in the sixth position, we got image on at the focus. The image was inverted and real, and it was point image. Exactly opposite condition was at the second point. If object is at focus, we got image at infinity. It was real and inverted, but the size of image was large, very large. In the next condition, we have seen the image object position beyond the center of curvature. Then we got image between center of curvature and the focus. Now, exactly opposite condition we have seen in the third position. If object is between focus and center of curvature, we got image beyond the center of curvature. The image was real and inverted in the both the conditions. But in when object is beyond the center of curvature, we got image. The image size of the image will be diminished. And if object position is between focus and center of curvature, we got image that is a magnified image. So you can write the difference also. You can differentiate between two conditions here. Now in the next condition we have seen, if object is at center of curvature, the image will be obtained at the same position, that is at center of curvature only. The nature of the image was inverted and real, and the size of image will be same as the object. Now in the last condition we have seen, we got the virtual image only, because the object is between pole and the focus. So we got the image at behind the mirror. So the image which is obtained was a virtual and erect, but it was magnified image. It was magnified image. In this way, you can identify and you can write the nature, size, and the position of the object which is positioned at these 6 points. Now we will see about convex mirror. The images formed by convex mirror. The image is smaller than the object. The image is behind the mirror. The image is erect. As the reflected ray do not actually meet one another, the image is virtual image in the convex mirror. So the nature of the image does not depend on the distance of the object from the mirror. These images are always virtual, smaller than the object, and these are situated behind the mirror. So in the convex mirror, we got every images virtual and erect images. In this convex mirror, the image is always smaller and smaller than the object. It does not depend on the object distance, as like in concave mirror. In concave mirror, there is different condition, and different for the different condition there is a different size and nature of image. Therefore, in convex mirror, there is no differentiation like that. Now we will see which terms we have seen just now. The first was the center of curvature. It is the center of sphere of the glass, spherical glass. Then second, we have seen radius of curvature. It is the distance between the pole and the center of curvature. Then we have seen pole of the mirror, which is the central position or the center of the mirror surface. Then we have seen principal focus, which is the midpoint of center of distance between center of curvature and the pole. Then we have seen the distance between the principal focus and the pole is called as a focal length. Now, then we have seen three rules which are used for drawing a ray diagram. In first rule, we have seen that if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray will pass through focus. In the second rule, we have seen that if the incident ray is passing through the focus, then the reflected ray passes parallel to the principal axis. In the third rule, we have seen that if the incident ray is passing through center of curvature, then the reflected ray will traces the same path. That is, it will take path which is of incident ray. In the next part, we have seen the images formed by concave mirror. There were 6 positions. In the first position, the object was placed at the infinite distance, very large distance. Then we got the image at the focus. In the second position, we have seen if the object position is beyond the center of curvature, then we got the image between focus and center of curvature. Then we have seen the object, then object is between center of curvature and the focus. The image obtained was beyond the center of curvature. In the next position, we have seen if the object is at focus, the image was at infinite distance. In the next condition, we have seen if the object is between focus and center pole, we got the image behind the mirror, and it was virtual and erect. Now, next we have seen the images which are formed by convex mirror. In the convex mirror, we got the images. Convex mirror is shown like this. Inner part is coated with aluminum or silver and lead oxide. In this condition, focus is at the right side because this is the space part. We got center of curvature also at the back. So if incident rays are falling on this mirror, then we got mirror image behind the mirror. Every image is getting us behind the mirror, and that mirror image is called as a virtual image. It is always smaller than the object. What is divergence? Divergence is the shown by convex mirror. Incident rays which are falling on the mirror getting diverged from each other, and that phenomenon is called as a divergence. Then we have seen the convergence. That convergence is shown by concave if when they reflect, they must force, and that phenomenon is called as a convergence of rays. Then we have seen whether the mirror is concave or convex. Okay. Teacher, should we allow student to ask questions? Almas teacher. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can we allow student to ask questions?
Yes, sir. If you have finished your content, then you can proceed further.
Yes. Students, if you have any doubt, you can ask questions.
Students, just raise your hands and then you will be given a chance to ask questions.
Rihan. Rihan is there. Yes, Rihan. Just unmute yourself and ask.
So actually, we have not given them access to unmute themselves. You
Okay.
just have to make them unmute first.
Okay. Yes, Nikita. Nikita Gupta. Unmute yourself. Yes. I have given access to you.
सर कॉन्वेक्स कॉनकेव और
Yes.
कॉन्वेक्स का डिफरेंस क्या रहता
Okay. Convex and concave, two mirrors. Okay. That is the spherical glass. We cut the two parts. If we coat the outer surface, the inner surface will give you reflection, that reflecting part. Okay. And if we coat from inner surface, एक minute, Okay, that will be easy. If we quote outer surface, the reflecting surface will be inner surface. Incident ray will fall on the inner part and they will reflect back. Okay, that will be called as a concave mirror. Now, in the second part, another is convex mirror, which is coated from out inner side. Okay, reflecting part is outer side. Reflection is done from the outer side. Therefore, it is called as a convex mirror. Clear? Yes. Next one. Next one. Yes, Rihan. Hello. Students, do you have any doubt?
No.
Okay. Yes, students. Any other doubt? Okay, I'll ask some questions. You have to answer now. Okay. First question. The center of sphere of which mirror is a part. What is the term for that? What does it call? The center of sphere of which mirror is a part is called dash. Yes, Sakshi, unmute.
Is called center of curvature.
Center of curvature. Center of curvature is the center of sphere of which mirror is a part. Okay, nice one. Next question. What do you mean by radius of curvature? Yes, radius of curvature. Second one, Sakshi.
The radius of the sphere of which the mirror is a part is called the radius of curvature of the mirror.
Very nice. Radius of curvature, radius of the sphere, glass sphere of which mirror is a part is called radius of curvature. Good one. Next. Next question. How will you identify whether mirror is concave or convex? How will you identify whether mirror is concave or convex? Yes, Sakshi Tiwari. How will you identify whether mirror is concave or convex?
Sir, if the inner surface of the spherical mirror is the reflecting surface, then it is called a concave mirror. And if the
Okay.
outer surface of the spherical mirror is the reflecting surface, then it is called a convex mirror.
Convex mirror. Good one. Now, the next question. How mirror is formed? What is the procedure to form mirror? How does mirror is formed? Yes. How mirror is forming? What is the procedure to form mirror? Yes, Sakshi. How mirror is formed? What is the procedure to form mirror? Anyone else? What is the difference between glass and the mirror and the lens? What is the difference between glass, mirror, and the lens? How will you differentiate between glass, mirror, and lens? Is there any difference? Yes, no? Is there any difference between glass, mirror, and lens? Yes, Sakshi. Is there any difference?
Mirror is coating with aluminum or silver, sorry, lead oxide, and glass is not coated.
Okay, glass is not coated, mirror is coated. And what about lens?
Lens. No idea
Lens
about
is
it.
again non-coated. Okay. Next. Anyone else? Okay. Now question will be from images formed by spherical mirror. If object is at infinity, where will be image? What will be the position of image? If object is at infinity, what will be the position of image? Yes. Yes, Sakshi.
The position of the image is at the focus.
At the focus. Okay. If object is at focus, what will be the position of image? Exactly opposite. If object is at focus, where will be image?
Infinite distance. Infinite distance.
At infinity. At infinity. The image will be at infinity. Okay. Now, if object is beyond the center of curvature, if object is beyond the center of curvature, where will be image?
The image will be between focus
Between
and
the
of curvature.
center of curvature and
Between focus and center of curvature. Okay, image will be between focus and center of curvature. If object is between focus and center of curvature, where will be image?
beyond the center of curvature.
Beyond the center of curvature. What about other students? They are not participating. What will be the image if the object is between focus and pole?
Erect and virtual.
Where will be object? Where will be image if object is between focus and pole?
Behind the mirror.
Behind the mirror. Very nice. If object is between focus and pole, the image will be obtained behind the mirror. What will be the nature of image?
Erect and virtual.
Erect and virtual. What will be the size of image?
Magnified.
Magnified or larger than the object. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I think, yes. Do you have any doubt now? Cleared. Okay. Thank you, student. Okay, Almas teacher, finish.
Yes, sir. Hello,
Huh.
Ashok sir.
Yes.
Yes, have you done?
Yes, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.